Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally NFL Combine Week. And what does that mean? That means every NFL prospect who was invited, coaches, GMs, owners' dogs, cats, maybe wives, maybe couple wives, mistress, who knows, are all showing up to Indianapolis for the Combine. And I'm going to tell you what, the New England Patriots are going in hot, and it's going to be good. Let's jump into it. You guys know my name is Aaron. On the daily, pushing out Patriots content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So before I even ask you to do anything, I just want to say this. Yesterday, I put out a video. A lot of people thought, wow, this guy's putting out a video saying how the Patriots should trade for Matt Stafford. No, that is dumb. What I was trying to say was the potential good that could come from a Matt Stafford trade, because a lot of those teams, a lot of the teams that potentially could trade up or are in front of the Patriots maybe would go for Matt Stafford, and there's a lot of positive things that could happen for the Patriots. That's all it was. A lot of people got really heated, and apparently had to start typing, and it was pretty funny. So if you want to see some good responses, go over there. A lot of people did not watch the video. If you did, I appreciate it. If you got offended, I do not care. Because why the heck would the New England Patriots want Matt Stafford? They don't. They got Drake May, and he's an absolute dog. Besides the point, if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. In today's episode, we jump into Mike Vrabel's interview at the Combine. As well, we jump into Mel Kiper coming out with his new mock draft. Who does he have the Patriots taking? As well, in my opinion, possibly one of the dumbest articles I've read when it comes to Joe Milton. So let's get into it. First and foremost, Mike Vrabel has been interviewed at the Combine, and one word he has used multiple times, and this is the reason I say coming in hot, is the word aggressive. Let me read you this quote. Hopefully aggressive, asking when it kicks off free agency. He says, hopefully aggressive. I mean, we want to be aggressive, and we want to target players we feel will help us. Again, in a rebuild for Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots. They're going to be outstanding players, outstanding additions to the locker room and the community. If that fits, and if that all fits and the compensation fits, I'm confident we will be aggressive. He is going in hot. He is saying, listen, before we even talk about that, Gerard Mayo last year, a lot of people are saying, Aaron, listen, they had a lot of cap space last year and they didn't do anything. Sure. But again, who is going to want to go to the New England Patriots under a brand new head coach, Gerard Mayo, who has no head coaching experience, and then you have Elliott Wolf trying to bring you in? And there's not much hope there. And Jacoby Brissett's the starting quarterback. And there are a lot of question marks all over that team. No one's going to want to go there. Again, when you have a man, a leader of men like Mike Vrabel at the helm, people are going to want to come. Now, he makes this point, and I think this is a great point, but he basically says this. When you look for people in free agency, and I think this is great, and I think this is what's going to help them be aggressive, because he thinks that they can win in both of these, is in free agency, it gets broken down into two things: compensation, people want to get paid, and opportunity. And he says, I feel we are in a position to offer both for some of these players. So again, yeah, there's going to be some players, let's say Trey Smith, Kansas City Chiefs. You just got off, obviously, getting smoked in the Super Bowl. But again, that's a Super Bowl caliber team. Do you want to leave them? Are you going to be able to get paid as more a ton there as other places? Who knows? But when it comes down to it, we know the Patriots have the cap space. And again, they have opportunity there. Hey, you want to come and be the number one wide receiver? Here we go. The room's wide open. Listen, do you want to come and help bolster this offensive line? Because Lord knows we'd use your help. Do you want to come help in a rebuild for a team that has a lot of history, legacy, was a dynasty? Do you want to work? Do you want to play for this historic organization? And I feel Mike Vrabel is the guy to give that presentation and absolutely nail it. Again, I am feeling hopeful. I'm feeling, as he would say, they are going to be aggressive in free agency, and I think it is going to be great. So you're probably saying, Aaron, I thought what the heck? You led with talking about the Combine, and you go into him talking about free agency. Yes, how we do, and we're going to say this so much, and we've already said it a lot, how we do in free agency is going to affect how the draft is going to look for the Patriots. So what do you think about the comments from Mike Vrabel? Does that make you pumped? Does it make you hopeful? Does it add? You're looking at the cup right now, half full, half empty. Listen, if you aren't half full right now, I don't know what to tell you. This organization is in a much better position than it was a couple months ago. It is in a great trajectory right now. You got to be glass half full. You gotta be moving that way. And again, with the passion that Mike Vrabel has, I think it's going to be great for this organization. So comment below, tell me your thoughts on that. Next, Mel Kiper came out with a new mock draft, and in his latest draft, he has the New England Patriots staying at number 1 and drafting LSU's offensive tackle Will Campbell. Now, we have said before on this show, it is very possible that Will Campbell's stock goes up at this combine. Again, a lot of people look at Joe Alt last year from Notre Dame. He was head and shoulders above the other offensive tackles. He went on to have a great first year with the LA Chargers under Jim Harbaugh. And so the question becomes, as we've talked about before, do the Patriots take that pick and get Will Campbell? Let's say if offered to them, all the other players they want are off the board. Or is it possible they wait and then they try to draft in the second round a different offensive tackle? Again, I don't know if there's massive discrepancies between these offensive tackles. And again, Will Campbell could be drafted at number 4. We could all be upset, and then he goes out and has a Pro Bowl year and proves us all wrong. You never know. But Mel Kiper goes on to say this. This is also a trade back spot if something presents itself. Carter and Hunter are off the board, so this is in his mock draft. Now, a lot of people are having that, but it all depends on what happens with quarterbacks. So he says, and one of the 2 top quarterbacks are still available. So that's most likely going to be Shedeur Sanders. Cam Ward is projected right now at minus 150 odds to go number 1. And then number 2 in those odds is Abdul Carter at plus 250. And so when you look at this, if Shedeur Sanders is still available, the Patriots are up. Mel Kiper believes, others believe, and we have talked about this as well, that people will probably be giving the Patriots a ring saying, hey, what would you want for that number 4 pick? Now, it's probably not going to be as aggressive as when people wanted Drake May, but some people might have high expectations for Shedeur Sanders and see him not only as, hey, this is going to be the leader of our team, but maybe the whole idea of he is going to bring more excitement and attention to our organization. Who knows? Again, I don't feel like Shedeur Sanders is last year. I don't know. Last year quarterback class, I don't even know if he's a first-round pick. So we will see what happens. But if that were to present itself and a team came up, it would be a good situation for them to say, hey, we're going to trade out. Now, Mel Kiper points out a good point that the Patriots were 31st in passer block rating and gave up the fifth most sacks in the league. So a lot of people would say, yes, hands down, they need to work on that offensive line. But again, the question comes, is a 4th overall pick, getting that Will Campbell at number 4, worth it? Or do they try to do something else with that spot? What do you think about what Mel Kiper says? A lot of it we've talked about in some aspect, but I'm surprised. Again, I really like, and I've been high on Mason Graham. We've talked about that. High on Mason Graham. My dream situation is somehow Abdul Carter drops into our lap. But Mason Graham, I think I would tell you at this moment, I would take over Will Campbell. So what says you? Comment below. Last but not least, the most bizarre article I have read, and I laughed out loud when I was reading this. A lot of people like Joe Milton in the idea that the Patriots could draft him. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation out there that the Patriots are willing to trade him and flirt with rumors, or flirt with trade offers from other teams. Now, we know there are a lot of teams right now in the league that need a quarterback. Joe Milton goes out there and he has a good last game against the second, third string of the Bills and had a decent couple preseason games. Yes, he is athletic specimen. He has a rocket arm. Again, there's a reason, and I will tell you time and time again, there was a reason that Michigan, they moved on from him and he transferred to Tennessee, and in Tennessee he had an okay career. And so he has the potential to play out of his mind, but he also, on that same realm, has the potential to play really bad. Almost like a Spencer Rattler. If you watched him play when he was at Oklahoma and then South Carolina, there was days you watched him, you're like, gosh, this guy might be the best quarterback in college football. And then there are other days you're like, wow, I understand why he doesn't play at Oklahoma anymore. And so when you look at it, again, if Joe Milton, they could get a great return on investment, sure. But this article, what it's saying is, all right, they trade him to the Steelers. They get, at best, a third, maybe a fourth rounder. Okay. And then the Patriots would say, we want to bring in leadership. Let's pick up Russell Wilson on a 1-year veteran minimum at 1.2. No. Russell Wilson, yes, the Steelers want to move on from him, but Russell Wilson, what he is going to do is he's going to probably pull a Joe Flacco. He's going to go sit on his couch, and if a team needs him and they're getting close to the playoffs, he's probably going to go answer that. If not, I doubt that he's going to go and be a second-string quarterback somewhere. I highly doubt that. He could, but I doubt that for the Patriots. Doubt that, highly doubt that. I think they would bring Jacoby Brissett back in to be that second-string quarterback before him. I think there's other quarterbacks they would bring in before Russell Westbrook. I could be wrong. But again, I think it is very ridiculous. That being said, everything we talked about today, Mike Vrabel's comments on being aggressive, what's your thoughts on that as well? Mel Kiper, Will Campbell, Mason Graham, who you thinking, who you picking? Right now, you got to make the decision. And as well, this wild Russell Wilson debacle article. What do you got to say? What do you got to say? Comment below. My name's Aaron. On the Daily Patriots content. You guys all rock. Love you. We'll talk later. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.